finish strong, end the year feeling accomplished rather than adding to-dos for January. We sure do spoil our pets and charcuterie. I will fill you in.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning. Here we go. It is Monday, December 16th. It's 2019, day 94 of Gotta Get on Ellen. This is our last full work week before Christmas hits. So, are you ready? Are you ready for Christmas? I mean, you still have time. Don't get me wrong. But there is one full week to start ticking off those end-of-year goals. Then after that, it's going to be a rush, a mad rush to the end of the year. We're going to talk about that in the blog post today. Very exciting weekend here at the McClure household. First of all, we bought ourselves a new vacuum cleaner. Yes, I know. So exciting. We had gone to Kohl's because we had, our 30% off coupon, and we couldn't find one that we wanted to purchase at Kohl's because they were all ridiculously expensive. Now, we did our homework. We did some online comparisons, and they have way more choices online than they actually do in the store. Now, I know that's typical, but I mean, I don't think they had a vacuum cleaner for much less, like a full-size vacuum cleaner for much less than like $300. And I'm like, we are just not in a position to pay that much money. If I was going to pay that much money, I would have bought myself a Dyson. But we got a Bissell, which I think is pretty good. We got a really good deal on it. We ended up going to Target. I hadn't been to Target in quite some while. I did hunt down to see if I could find the Rachel Hollis merchandise. She should have her journals in stock, but I couldn't find them. I'm sure I just didn't look in the right place because it's supposed to be there. And then, of course, she's going to have her planner come New Year's Day. So that's very exciting as well. I actually sent them a question to see if it was a quarterly planner or a yearly planner. And yes, of course, it's quarterly. So I don't know how much that bad boy is yet, but I just got myself a couple of planners. I have a monthly planner that I am working on right now. And then I just got another one in the mail that is a 3-month planner. So I'm going to use that next, obviously. And after that, that's when I will see about using Rachel Hollis's current planner. A quick aside about Rachel Hollis, since I've gotten on the topic of her. She is in Pennsylvania right now for an event on QVC. And, of course, QVC right in Pennsylvania's Westchester. She is very sick. And she showed us how sick she was in her Instagram stories yesterday. And then she came back a little later showing how she has stocked up on her meds and the things that she needs to get through this 24-hour day that she's going to be putting in at QVC. What struck me as kind of funny is, again, she's not from this area. She's not from Pennsylvania, but she came home and she had this bag full of medications and tissues and all this stuff. She goes, so I went to this place called Acme. I just think it's funny that she was like, I went to this place called Acme. I mean, it's a supermarket. I went to the supermarket. I would just say I went to the supermarket. I guess it kind of struck her as maybe a little weird because maybe that's kind of a weird name. And like, we don't really think that because we grew up with it, But Acme, like if I were from out of town or if I wasn't familiar with Acme, I would probably look at that word and go, how do you pronounce that? ACM. I mean, I know it's Acme, so it's hard for me to come up with, possible what could be misinterpreted for it. But yeah, it's kind of a weird word, right? So all of my stories are flowing right into the next. But I did want to tell you, again, I was back to the exciting weekend that we had here. In addition to the exciting weekend, Joe's New York Giants won football. Wendy's Philadelphia Eagles won football. Unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys also won football. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, because I'm weird and we've just come to expect weirdness from me, and that's okay. So the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys will be playing next week at 4 o'clock to see who will become the absolute division leader. Cowboys looked pretty good last night, gotta tell you. Eagles scraped by the Giants last week, scraped by the Redskins yesterday. They're going to have to step up their game to meet and beat the Cowboys. So after football was over, actually before football was over, the Cowboys pretty much ran away with the game. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't even know The Sound of Music was on last night. Gosh, I love that movie. What's funny is it was on at 7 p.m. and all the way till 11 o'clock. And they added a lot of scenes that they don't typically show on television. I guess they decided to just, do the full length rather than cut it up and make it 3 hours. They decided to do the full length of it and then make it a 4-hour event. Of course, I have this on DVD somewhere. So I'm sure that I've seen all of the parts. But there was some parts really stuck out to me as being not in the versions I've seen in the past. The odd thing about The Sound of Music being on last night is, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, come on. How can it not be? I had put on my Instagram story yesterday a bunch of my favorite ornaments. And I had titled, one of the first ones, "These are a few of my favorite things." Of course, that's the song from Sound of Music, which, by the way, I don't really consider that a Christmas song. I don't know why they play that at Christmas. I don't find it to be Christmassy. Maybe just because it's, favorite things and, presents and stuff. I don't know. Whispers on kittens and snowflakes on noses. These aren't gifts. I mean, they're gifts, but they're not, purchased at a store and given. But anyway, I just thought it was kind of odd that I had put that on my Instagram stories. These are a few of my favorite things. And The Sound of Music was on that night, and I didn't even realize it, right? It's like, telepathy. It's like I know things. I'm a little bit psychic at this point. That's right, I'm going to say it. I'm a little bit psychic at this point. So we did have a Christmas party over the weekend. Our neighbor, a couple of houses down, hosted a Christmas party. They had one last year as well that we also got to attend. I had mentioned it because she had sent us home with so much food last year. And yes, she did it again. Have you ever been to a party thrown by Italians? I have not been to many, if any, because I am Irish through and through. My family, Irish through and through. My husband's family, Irish through and through. I haven't spent a lot of time with Italians. And that they're always joking, the Italian mother, I'm just going to put out a few snacks, and it's like the table is so covered you can't even see the bottom of it. This is what it was like at this Christmas party that I was at over the weekend. We get there, and there's appetizers, a charcuterie board, which I will still get into in just a little bit. She had made this bow tie pesto pasta salad as an appetizer that was to die for. She had some sausage and broccoli raw bread. Yeah, delicious. Spinach quiche. Okay. So good. So after she starts cleaning up some of the appetizers and hors d'oeuvres, she puts out a tray of wraps, sandwiches. puts out some potato salad, puts out some macaroni salad. I figure this is dinner. Grab myself a wrap, get myself some potato salad. I grab myself a second wrap, because they're cut in little pieces. And I wasn't crazy about the second wrap, so I gave that to Joe, and I finished the first wrap. And then after I'm done, I'm told, oh, the good stuff is yet to come. Okay, it's a course. I guess we're having courses. Somebody needs to tell me so I can pace myself, because I don't want to miss out on anything. I mean, I can have a wrap anytime, right? Who knew that was only the second course? I thought it was dinner. Then we had rice balls, and we had fried, I don't know. She just said it's a potato, and then it was, battered and fried, and it tasted like a mashed potato inside a, battered. I don't think there was an actual skin inside, but potatoes. We had the rice balls. They had wings. Then she made a regular pasta salad and a tortellini salad, which I do enjoy. Oh, my goodness. I was so full. I was literally uncomfortable. Like, I can't remember a time that I ate that much in recent memory. I literally could not move. Oh, my gosh. It was so filling. It was so good. And then she sent us home with a package, 3 packages of food to take home with us. We also got to meet some of the new neighbors that have moved into the neighborhood in the past year. So that was very nice. It was a very fun time. Got to see some of our favorite people, to share some of our favorite things. Back to the sound of music. Which leads me to the whole teasing you with the charcuterie board. Yeah. I have never been able to say that word. It just looks, I just look at the word and it scares me. Maybe I take it a little more seriously because I've been in broadcasting my whole life, and I know that if I say it wrong in front of a lot of people. Charcuterie. So when I don't know a word and I think that I come up with the proper pronunciation, and I did look it up today, and I'm pretty sure I am properly pronunciating charcuterie, I have to practice it over and over again. So I just kind of walk around and go charcuterie. That's what I was doing on Sunday. Charcuterie. Every time I did it, Joe started laughing. And I'm like, what? This is what I do when I have to learn a word that I don't know. I just practice it. I just walk around and I say it. Charcuterie. This is how I learned how to say the 250th anniversary. When I worked in Reading in 1998, it was the 250th anniversary of their town. Do you know what the 250th anniversary is? Like, if you remember, 200 is the bicentennial, and then there's like the centennial and all that. Well, 250 is bicenquinquagenary, unless they were just, pulling the wool over my eyes. But I don't think they were, because it was on everything. Bicenquinquagenary. So I had spent an entire weekend, because I had to say that on the air, even for sponsorships and stuff. And people are paying you to say their stuff. They don't want you messing it up, I got to tell you. So the pressure is on. I spent a whole weekend way back in 1998 just saying bicenquinquagenary. And here we are over 20 years later. And guess what just rolls off the tongue still? Bicenquinquagenary. Very difficult word to say. Very difficult word. Just telling you. So now I'm very proud that I can say charcuterie. It's still not ingrained in my brain yet. It will get there. But pretty soon I'll be, just spouting it out like I do bicenquinquagenary. Charcuterie. Yeah. It's kind of fun to say. I kind of dig it. So I'm going to move on to my topic. And I wanted to know from you, we did go to Kohl's yesterday. Like I said, if you were following the Hopefulist page, I posted a picture of my new fabulous mug, Mr. Santa Mug Pants. It's not Mr. Santa Mug Pants. It's Mr. Santa Mug Pants. It's the way you got to say it. I found that at Kohl's. And I also found and adorable.